and welcome to EuroStep, live on YouTube and EuroLeague TV, live from Belgrade, live from Serbia, live from the Final Four. I'm here with my co-host, Dane Arlauckas.
Look at me and you live here in person and here at Stark Arena. What a pleasure it is to be doing EuroStep on site, on location from Belgrade, and always a pleasure to be by your side.
Yeah, it is my pleasure, and I think that we should have said Dobrodošli, which is
Ooh.
welcome in Serbian, because we're very, very happy to be here, Dane.
Very happy and learning so much Serbian, about the culture, about the city. It's been so much fun being here. We've only been here 2 days. It feels like a month already.
Exactly. It feels like a month, but we still have a few days to go. We still have a lot of content to show you, but first, I want everyone watching to get involved today. Please send us your comments, send us your predictions, because we're going to be talking about the Final Four predictions, the semifinals that we have ahead tomorrow, and of course we want to get your love as we are used to do. Also, we have a very special to offer to you today. We have a 20% off to watch for your Final Four pass, to watch all the games that the Final Four has to offer to you with the code. Write down F420. With that code, you get a 20% off, and also EuroLeague always offers you all the advantages possible, and you can purchase the games individually just in case you want to see your favorite team playing, for example, tomorrow. Let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on in Belgrade, what we have been doing in this over 48 hours. Things have been crazy. We have a lot of highlights to discuss today, a lot of things to tell everyone watching, and a lot of things to debate about what's going to happen tomorrow with the games.
Yeah, we have no idea what's going to happen. All we know is what's already happened, and it's been jam-packed. It's been exciting. The fans are starting to roll in. The team's already here. The media's going crazy. Everybody's going crazy. And anticipation is at an all-time high, with the semifinals about to tip off in less than 24 hours.
Exactly. And speaking of craziness,
a little more than 24 hours.
A little bit more,
Okay.
yeah. Well, the
we'll
first game, more or less.
Sure.
And speaking of craziness, I think that's what we're going to live tomorrow in the Stark Arena, in the stadium where the semifinals will be held, because it's the first time in 3 years that fans are back in a Final Four. I'm really excited to see how that atmosphere is like. We were yesterday kind of going out and about in Belgrade, here in Serbia, discovering the famous places here in the city, and to a partisan legend, Novica Beliskovic. We were talking with him, and it was such a pleasure to learn. He was recommending us places.
Yeah.
And
gave us all the hot spots in Serbia, in Belgrade here. It was perfect.
Exactly.
And yeah, you know what? I don't think there's a better place, Sofia, to bring back the fans to the Final Four than Serbia, than Belgrade. This city is all about passion. It's all about basketball. And tomorrow we're going to live that in person, live and direct, after 3 years, and I'm just foaming at the mouth. I can't wait to get in there and just experience some of the passion.
What do you think the atmosphere will be like?
Oh, I really have no idea. It's going to be such a blend. It's going to be such a crazy, anticipated event that really, we already know the Greeks are going to be here in bucket loads. Over 60% of the ticket sales have gone to the Olympiacos fans. They're already lining up around the stadium. I've heard word around that everybody's just here. They're getting in early. They're making sure they're here. They know where they're going, and they're making sure their presence is felt. The Turks obviously have a great fan base. What I'm interested to see, Sofia, and this might be a little challenge to the Spanish fans, but I want to see the Spanish fans and what they're all about. Barcelona's got a chance to win it all for the first time in a very long time. The Real Madrid fans, they're kind of used to winning. They've won it a few times over the last decade. So will they show up or won't they show up? That's a big question here. It's not as short of a journey from Turkey or from Athens as it is from Madrid or Barcelona. So, hey, Spaniards, where you at? Let's see you tomorrow.
Exactly. What I think it's most important to highlight is that 100% sure we're going to have a Spanish team at the final, fighting for the trophy. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how many Spanish people come supporting Barca or supporting Real Madrid. I don't know if people will make last-minute decision if their team advances to the final. What do you think?
Yeah, it's so tough to tell right now, and it just, you never know. But coming into today, all the expectation, all that you've worked so hard all season long, and so this is the moment that you show up for. You gotta do it all right now, and the fans, they're so passionate about it. But everything started to kind of, the wheels are off the ground now in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Final Four. And speaking of wheels taking off, all the teams have arrived here in Belgrade. We have we were lucky enough. I was lucky enough.
Were lucky.
You were very busy doing rehearsal for the award ceremony, but I was lucky enough to be there when they arrived to the team hotel. And what is going through their minds? How are they preparing for tomorrow?
Exactly, you were there and you talked to some of them. So I want to know, what did they tell you? Is there something that we need to highlight?
Yeah, I mean, this is a chance. These teams, most of them have been here before. Olympiacos, they're kind of the newbies, the new kids on the block, and I had a chance to talk to everybody, and the overwhelming sensation from all the players was, we just want the game time to get here. We're tired of prepping, we're tired of practicing, we're tired of watching film. We already know these teams, we already know what to expect from each and every one of the possible opponents in the semifinal and then the final. But you know what? Right now, keeping them busy on this Wednesday at the Final Four. It's been a whole lot of media stuff. We've been there. You've been there. And I think they're a little sick of us right now, I must say.
Actually, Saras Jasikevicius, coach for Barcelona, he told me, because I was talking to him after the award ceremony, he was like, I'm so sick of media. I'm so sick of questions. I'm so sick of interviews. I just want to get it done, get it over with, and do my thing, which is, be with my boys and like get the show going. Actually, I was talking to, some of the coaches, some players, and they all told me that for them, it's already a huge success to be in Belgrade, to have got to this Final Four. Obviously, everyone wants to win and everyone has eyes on this trophy. But for them, just being here, they're grateful for that.
Yeah, I bumped into Fabian Coser in the team hotel earlier today, and we were just chit-chatting a little bit, and I was like, man, you ready? What are you up to today? How do you get prepared? What do you like? Are you nervous? And he was just like, you know what? I'm just trying to keep calm. I'm staying out of the media kind of spotlight right now, because he was apparently really involved in the media day a couple of days ago. But he was like, I'm just going to read a book. I'm going to talk to my wife. She's coming in on Thursday. We got a newborn son. I want to see him on FaceTime. So they're keeping their calm, they're keeping their cool, but still, you have that anticipation. You have that, just that overwhelming sensation of, just get to Thursday, please, come on.
Yes.
So they'll be interested to get us and all the interviews over with, and get to game time when they're warming up and everything feels normal again.
At the end of the day, they're waiting to play, and we're also waiting. Everyone here, EuroLeague staff, all the production staff, we're all here in Belgrade expecting this semifinal. And I'm going to tell you, someone that couldn't avoid media interviews is Nikola Mirotic, because today it was confirmed, something that we've been talking about throughout the season, which is Nikola Mirotic won the MVP award, the EuroLeague 2021-22 season MVP award, which was announced today during the award ceremony that I was co-hosting. So it was really nice to have the honor to say his name, and that I've been a huge fan of him. He has performed great. I think it's well deserved, and I want to know your opinion about it.
Well, I don't think there was a more appropriate person to announce his name on the stage than you, being here at the Stark Arena and opening that envelope, announcing his name as the best player in the EuroLeague this year, because you've been all over him since the very beginning of this show, and really for good reason. I mean, he's been the best player on the best team the entire year. He's shown what he can do. He came up big in the playoffs, big in Game 5, and really he's the most important player on really what's been the best team. It's a very deserved award, but he knows, and I don't know. I wanted to just dig into his mind a little, because I'm sure he can't fully enjoy winning that award, knowing that there's such an important game tomorrow.
Exactly. And I told him, did you know in advance that you were gonna win this award? He was like, no, I swear I found out the same time as everyone. And he even told me that I brought him luck for this award. Can you believe Nicola Mirotic saying that to me? I mean, again, I was very thankful to have that opportunity. I'm super happy for him. He deserved it. He's such a, down to earth, super humble guy. And well, we'll see how he performs tomorrow and Saturday if they get to the final. Another award that was announced today too, was the Coach of the Year, who I don't know if we were expecting that. There were a lot of guesses yesterday at the rehearsal. I was talking to a lot of people there, and they had different guesses. But finally, the Coach of the Year, Alexander Gomelsky award, went to the Olympiacos coach, your
There we go.
Bartzokas.
Bartzokas. You did all your
Yorgos
studying.
Bartzokas,
You forgot
yes.
about it after you got off stage.
Yorgos Bartzokas. It's a difficult name for me. But by the way, we have some Olympiacos fans watching. We have someone, Olympiacos, saying, okay.
All right, we're happy that you're happy that you're watching the EuroStep, but I'm sure are you in Serbia right now? Are you in Greece? Where are you watching from? Because we're happy to have you along the EuroStep, and I'm sure Coach Bartzokas is happy to have you here as well, and he'll be happy to have you in supporting Olympiacos tomorrow. Really, a very well-deserved award for the coach of Olympiacos, because you think about this team and where they were a few years ago, and the program he's built, the club, the foundation he's built for this club, a legendary club that had been in a very dark spot, brought them from kind of out of nowhere, and nobody really expected Olympiacos to be here. You talk about Barcelona, you talk about Saras Jasukevicius. He was already on a championship team, or a championship caliber team. He brought them to the finals. They got even stronger this year. So has he done a great job, Saras? Of course he has. But Bartzokas is a guy who took this team from almost nothing, and all due respect to Olympiacos a few years ago, but he took this team and built a championship caliber team. And you got guys, he brought in the veterans, he brought in the young guys, a nice mix of Tony Dorset, you've got Vezenkov, you've got Kostas Lukas. All these guys have bought into Coach Bartzokas's program, his way of thinking, his DNA, and his game planning ability. And that's what's got them here. They're a fantastic team at home. And I'll tell you what, tomorrow is going to feel like a home game for them with all those Olympiacos fans around Stark Arena.
100%. We had Bartzokas on the awards, but we also had Shasta Vesenkov, and we also had Kostas Lukas in this award too. So they had to do something good this season for them to be so present in the awards. And I think with one of the most important awards of the season, which is the Coach of the Year, with all the teams settling in right now in Belgrade, they're all looking for what's to come tomorrow.
We arrive with Thunderstorm.
Tomorrow, we are going to live a spectacular two semifinals here in the Stark Arena from Belgrade. Four teams, the best four teams in all the European continent from basketball. I'm really excited to see that. You were talking earlier about how the teams were arriving and you were there in the hotel waiting for them. And Coach Charaman, he always has something to say. When he opens his mouth, he's like, "I love this guy," because he just says what he feels like, and he has some determined words to say. He has some determined speech to say. Do you think that will cause a thunderstorm tomorrow?
Well, he talked about the thunderstorm. About there was a thunderstorm in Istanbul. They came into Belgrade. There was a thunderstorm there, and he said they're going to cause a thunderstorm.
There was a thunderstorm yesterday.
There was a thunderstorm yesterday as well. They're following him, and we'll see if it follows them into the Stark Arena. But every time this guy talks, it's just gold, isn't it? I love talking to him. It's such a privilege being an interviewer and actually having the privilege to talk to this guy because he's so honest, he's so emotional, and he doesn't try to hide it like a lot of coaches do. A lot of coaches, they bite their tongue. This guy, not at all. Coach Ataman, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and you really have to appreciate it. He was at the airport. That's when he told everybody that the thunderstorm was going to come here at Stark Arena yesterday. I got to speak to him when they arrived at the hotel. He was a bit more subdued. I'll tell you that. I asked him, I said, you still sticking with those statements about you guys winning the back-to-back? You were certain about it right after you guys won the playoff series only a couple weeks ago. He goes, you know what? Now is a time for calm. Now is a time for focusing on the game, not worrying about what I said. But I talked to last week, actually. Shane loves it. These players love it. They buy into his confidence, and they want him saying this kind of stuff because with his belief comes the belief in the team as well. And it's been amazing talking to him over the course of the season.
And speaking of Efes, we have Tiki Yo saying Efes from YouTube. So go Efes. By the way, we just saw like 1 minute ago, Olympiacos are arriving to the Stark Arena, to the arena, for practice.
Yep.
Tomorrow is the big day. We're gonna be with them later. We're gonna show you that later on YouTube. So everyone stay tuned with that. But now it's time to talk precisely about Olympiacos.
Yeah, Olympiacos, they have won their last 5 semifinals in the EuroLeague. And Sofia, I just want to know, is it time for number 6 in a row?
Well, we've talked about this in other episodes of EuroStep. I think that Efes has the advantage, but also everything is played at one game. So actually, anything can happen in these games. There's a lot of nerves, a lot of tension. So basically, I don't think it's as much a physical game, but a psychological game. You need to be morally fine, you need to be calm, and you need to not let the pressure control you. So I think it's going to be a tough game, and also having the fans here will help a lot. They will manage to feel that as an extra motivation.
Yeah.
But I still think Efes is stronger.
For me, there's no favorites. For me, this game there's not a favorite. I don't think that Olympiacos has been so much better than Efes that they come into this as the overwhelming favorite in anybody's eyes. But I will say, defending champions are defending champions. They won it for a reason last year, and they're back here in the Final Four for a reason. So you talk about Olympiacos, and I talked to Thomas Walkup. Having these fans here, he talked about how good they were at home at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Only one loss all year long during the regular season. They held home court in that Game 5 that was just absolutely electric. He knows that advantage can actually be real. For me, Olympiacos, what they have to do is they have to come out strong from the get-go, because if you let a team like Efes run all over you in the early going, then you can really dig yourself into a hole. And a team that scores that well, it's easy to get behind and stay behind the whole game.
And especially with Shane Larkin, like he's as a leader.
Yeah.
When he comes out and he starts rolling, all the team starts rolling. So like you said, you need to be very careful, and anything can happen on that game. As anything can happen on the El Clásico, which is the third one that we're going to have this season, and I think there couldn't be a better scenario for that than the semifinals of the Final Four. One of them will advance to the big final. In both games, Real Madrid lost. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen tomorrow. What are your thoughts? What are your expectations towards this game today?
Well, I can't believe we actually have a Clásico in the semifinal.
It's
It's
amazing.
so exciting for the neutral basketball fan, for the Real Madrid fan, for the Barcelona fan. Everybody is pumped about this game. Everybody will have all eyes on this semifinal matchup, and really, it's a dream for the EuroLeague too, because these are two of the best and two of the most historic teams in this competition, and to have them here at Stark Arena. Barcelona, obviously, you talk about Efes and Olympiacos not having favorites. Barcelona's got to be the favorite, don't they? I mean, they've dominated this series over the last 3 years. We talked about it. They haven't beat Barcelona, Real Madrid since before COVID in this competition. But Real Madrid's got to be thinking, this streak's got to end soon, right? And Barcelona, that might be in the back of their minds as well. So I don't know. I was talking to some of the guys, some of the players, not just Real Madrid, not just Barcelona players, but players in general, and they talk about having that success in the regular season doesn't always translate to having it in the postseason. And in a one-off game like this, Madrid knows exactly what Barcelona is going to throw at them. They know what to expect. And Barcelona, they better be ready, because Real Madrid, they're going to give it probably their best performance of the year. They've been in great form coming into the Final Four. If they play like they did against Maccabi, Barcelona might have it tough.
So I want to know, what are you expecting? What are your thoughts? What do you have to say about Barcelona?
Well, Barcelona, they're a team that has been the favorite. They were built to be the favorite, and they are the favorite. Not just in this game, but to win it all. They came up short last year, and I don't know. I mean, I think motivationally speaking, they have to have a little more fire under their butts to come out and perform again, because going to back-to-back Final Fours and coming up empty-handed with this sort of team, with this quality from top to bottom, that's a huge disappointment. And there's a lot of pressure on Barcelona. For me, Real Madrid's in a very strange situation, because it kind of seems like they don't have much pressure on them. Everybody's expecting Barcelona to win. But for motivation, do they have a little extra incentive? Not just being El Clásico, not just being the semifinals, but after last year, losing in the final.
I gotta tell you, everyone I've talked to from different sectors, and even Barcelona fans, they've told me Real Madrid is going to beat Barcelona in the semifinals, because Real Madrid, when they're in a Final Four, when they're playing these kind of decisive games, they're a completely different team. They behave completely different, and they have the strength that it takes to take this win in the semifinals. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. Last time Real Madrid won the EuroLeague was in 2018 here in Belgrade, by the way, but Pablo Lasso wasn't looking too far ahead. But do you think they can do it again?
Well, right now, when you arrive in Belgrade to the Final Four, if you're not confident, you're done. Confidence at a high level, for sure. Everybody is expecting to play their best, all my players, my team. So I'm happy, and at the same time, I'm confident. If I would have...
Well, yeah, Sofia, if he didn't come in and say he was confident, then Real Madrid fans should just book their flights home right now. Because, I mean, as a coach, you're in the Final Four. You know you have a great team. You know you deserve to be here. And nobody deserved to be here after that playoff series more than Real Madrid, sweeping a red-hot Maccabi team. So, of course, he's going to be confident. That little struggling period that they had to finish off the season, that's in the rear view. That's not even in sight. That's not even in mention anymore. That's not even in their minds anymore. So Real Madrid, Barcelona, it's going to be an excellent series. Pablo Lasso knows the series history, especially recently.
Exactly.
That'll be at the forefront of his mind. But the best way to shut people up, win tomorrow.
Exactly. So, and speaking of winning, who do you think is going to win? Come on. You have to tell me something. You can be like, I don't know, it's gonna be a tough game. We all know that.
We're gonna go predictions for Efes and Olympiacos and Real Madrid Barcelona. Okay,
Yes.
I'll give you the first one first. I think Efes wins tomorrow in the semifinal between Olympiacos and Efes.
I think Efes wins.
You think Efes wins? Okay, let's see if
Efes
we
wins.
agree on the second semifinal. Real Madrid somehow has
Real Madrid.
I don't know yet. Let me explain. Somehow Real Madrid is on the tip of everybody's tongue here in Serbia. Everybody's talking about Real Madrid, not just winning tomorrow, but winning the whole thing.
I know.
It's been strange because Barcelona, you would have thought, would be the talk of the town here in Serbia. So I'm going with everybody else. I'm going with Real Madrid, stunning Barcelona in the semifinal tomorrow.
I'm gonna go with you, Dane.
Are we going?
We are in Belgrade with the
Okay.
Final Four. I have to agree with you. I'm gonna go with Real Madrid. And you know, we were saying this after Nikola Mirotic was named the MVP of the season, and Barcelona being one of the favorites to win the title this season. So we're gonna go against the odds.
It's you and me. All our chips are in one basket. So the EuroStep.
We are a team.
There we go.
We go all in.
Efes and Real Madrid in the final. That's what we're expecting.
Well, that's gonna be interesting.
It really will.
Interesting.
It really will.
Well, I really can't wait for what's to come tomorrow. We're gonna be back on Friday at 12:30 Central East Time to talk about what happened on the semifinals and what we can expect on the final, and of course the prediction as we just did. Tomorrow, Anthony Goods will be following live this game on the watch along at 5:50 Central East Time, and he will be with Michael Roll. So make sure to tune it in and to follow the first semifinal. And also don't forget that we have this EuroLeague discount to offer to you today. With the code F420, you can enjoy a 20% off on your Final Four pass. So make sure to type it in. Make sure to enjoy the best basketball competition in the continent, to feel the emotion, and of course to keep turning us in, because we're gonna be back on a Friday, like I said. Also on Saturday, we have the last special episode for EuroStep. And for all EuroSteps on demand, don't forget that you can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on EuroLeague TV. And we're going to be doing stuff every day. We're going to keep exploring Belgrade. We're going to talk to legends, players, and of course, I think tomorrow we're gonna be cooking, or Friday.
Friday we're gonna be cooking, so we'll build up quite the appetite in the semifinals, and then we'll be cooking it in some restaurant here in Serbia. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and the rest of the week here at the Final Four here in Belgrade.
Exactly, and to stay tuned, remember our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. EuroLeague. YouTube also, you can find all the latest news about what's going on here in Belgrade on the Final Four. Thank you everyone for watching. Enjoy the games tomorrow. Enjoy the best time of the year, this Final Four here from Belgrade. And we'll see you back on Friday and on YouTube with our other Today on the Final Four show. Bye.